Dr. Dobrina Mollova and Tzvetan Deyanov, who are standing behind the Center of Advanced Professional Practices, better known as CAPP. You educated almost like 500,000 of students through your courses.
We're entertaining every day, every minute.
Maybe you're in entertainment business.
-4, and I was sitting and thinking, oh my God, what am I doing here?
I never suffer for people. They have a passion working with me.
I think like any marriage, if you have a good quality of forgetting fast, you will manage, you know?
This is exactly what we're talking here on this podcast about the change and ability to change.
So I always joke with her that she is the female version of Steve Jobs in dentistry. Are there really 7,000 people online right now? Can you imagine a room with 7,000 people?
I like the new technology. Maybe since I have been born.
Today's speaker is in Dubai. He's upstairs, but he's not allowed to come down because he has to isolate in his room.
You cannot scare people who worked in events, right?
Exactly.
Exactly. Because they saw everything.
And one of the main reasons why CAPP is successful is because the people trust us. The companies trust us, the dentists trust us.
Dentistry is not 5 years education. You have to study and to develop every single day.
Who is shaping the future of dentistry? Who should we invite next? Just drop their name in the comment below.
Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Next Dental Podcast, where we invite and talk to people who are in dental industry, experts in the field, and we're talking about some challenges, changes, and what's coming next. And my name is Natalia Romanova.
CEO, Remedico. After leading world businesses for the past 5 years as a director of marketing, Natalia moved to Dubai and embraced an opportunity to contribute to something greater, starting Remedico in 2022.
I will be host today, and with this episode, we're starting a new season, season 2, where we talking not just with experts, but with people who are in this industry for years or even decades, and they experience these changes with their own experience and own history. And I cannot imagine better guests for today's episode than I have today. Please warm welcome to Dr. Dobrina Mollova.
Dr. Dobrina Mollova, Master of Dental Surgery, is the founder, owner, and managing director of the Center for Advanced Professional Practices, CAPP, which she established in 2003. She has significantly contributed to dental education and professional training in the region.
And Tzvetan Deyanov, who are standing behind the Center of Advanced Professional Practices, better known as CAPP.
Tzvetan Deyanov, a business leader, executive director, and a shareholder at CAPP.
Please welcome.
Thank you
Dr.
for the
Mollova.
invitation.
Thank you so much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here.
How the year has started so far? How are you today?
The year started very excited, and we have a lot of challenges this year because we have a lot of programs with CAPP, a lot of participants. We have also, after our 20 years of the company celebration, we have more responsibility to deliver the knowledge of the dental industry with the new technologies and new programs. And it is not like an informative introduction. We have responsibility how this will be affect the health of the patient.
Wow. Through education, you feel this responsibility.
Through the education. We talk about education.
Yeah, of course.
And the hands which will do this, we have responsibility to train the people.
Yeah. What about you, Tzvetan?
The year started with a big bang. I think that everybody always thinks as soon as December comes and you have a little bit of holidays, obviously from Europe, and we always think things will start a little bit slow coming January, but actually from the 2nd of Jan, which was Friday, the first working day here in the region, we were immediately starting again from scratch, because in our business, in education, of course, the moment you finish your educational year, you start from zero, and you have to again improve and get to where you have been the previous years, but then do better. So we have been busy already from the first day of the new year. And we're excited with what's ahead and the challenges we have and how we're going to perform.
Yeah, I'm sure that you will perform the best, because from what I know already about CAPP, and I will bring a bit more context for those who I don't believe that these people exist, didn't heard about CAPP, but CAPP is may I say that like it's a full training and educational platform. It's not just a center, right? Because you have hands-on training, you have online trainings, webinars, conferences, so many things going on. And CAPP is on the market 20 plus already years, we can say, 20 plus years. And just think about it. From what I found, right, that you're educated almost like 500,000 of students through your courses. 500,000.
Including
dentists.
the webinars.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
And also that you delivered already more than 2,400 courses and programs. And this is one of the largest CME certified center, the provider, and also recognized by ADA CERP. Sorry, I will not very familiar with this CERP abbreviation, but from what I see, that it's very important. And this is like a really engine for your business. And CAPP operating in UAE, Singapore, Kuwait,
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Saudis.
Yes.
Congratulations. This is a huge achievements, achievements. Like so many things, I even cannot remember everything, because like so many things, you built a great company. And of course, when I meet Dr. Mollova, every time, I find new layers of some of parts of her story, which is amazing from what I know, but I'm like eager to learn more today, So from what I know, you had a practice in Bulgaria years ago, and you were just you were a clinic owner, not just a dentist.
Yes, yeah.
And then something happened, right? And you moved to Dubai in 2005. What was that? What made you make this decision?
In my life, everything happens by coincidence.
Oh, wow. What was that
Never
coincidence?
just plan. No plan. I opened the first private clinic in Bulgaria after the communism with a big excitement that I can do whatever I want to do and to grow in the industry with the new technology coming from the West Europe.
Wow.
And and I was doing surgeries out of my town in the capital. And I was with the suitcases, with the instruments, and my assistant with me, and we sit and have dinner in one open restaurant. And I saw two men searching for the table. I said, no way, nobody wants to sit on our table. But unfortunately, they come and said, this place is free. We said yes. And I told her, don't speak anything in English. But the situation go through the conversation. And when they introduced, one of the person was the owner of Swedish Dental Clinic in Dubai,
Wow.
visiting his colleague in Bulgaria, but and to see how he can recruit the dental assistants to go there.
We're looking for personnel, for employees, right,
Yeah.
in Bulgaria?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was behind me, beside me. And then I said, I kid her, don't talk. But conversation started. They understood that we are working 17 years together. And he put the eyes like this. Wow, I need this lady. She didn't want to go anywhere. She didn't speak English. And
You haven't been to Dubai at that moment.
I came for dental exhibition. I found by coincidence somewhere, and I came for this exhibition. And never planned to move here or to do so.
Dubai was different at the time.
It was different, yeah. Burj Al Arab was still under the construction.
Wow.
Yeah, just started. It was the place. And later, actually, she come to Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
And at this time in this clinic, there were mostly West European dentists. And when they see how she's working, and the owner said, the dentist has to come here also.
You're not going anywhere, and your dentist come here.
The assistant came,
Yeah.
and then they see how she's working. One of the orthodontists she was working with him still say, I never can forget her. Before to think which instrument I needed, she gave to me.
Great.
And she was just waiters in one restaurant which I trained.
Wow, that's a great job.
This is the story. And when this guy started to bother me every night, he's calling me 11 o'clock. I said, my family is sleeping fine. No, you have to come, you have to come. You have to come. But
He was persistent. He was persistent.
and that's why I came.
But you came to work as a dentist,
For
right?
a dentist. But at this time you need to, also for the assistant, you need to go for examinations. I have 6 people, dentists, examinator to allow you. And there was Swedish guy and German. They didn't pass the exam because I prepared for this. And this is the story. Of course, this clinic was not for me.
How long have you been there?
Maybe less than a year. And it was not allowed to break the contract. So many stories there. Anyway. And then I like to read Gulf News a lot. I saw small square, CME will require soon in UAE. I said, oh.
You already were aware about the CME or just
No, it
like
didn't exist.
Okay.
Didn't exist for the first time. Soon will be required. Didn't exist.
It was an advertisement in the newspaper.
In the newspaper, small notice.
I mean, did you know already what CME is?
Of
at that
course, I
point?
know from
Yes.
Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I said, it's interesting. I told my husband, I said, do you mind to make this one? And he said, to go to Dubai. He said, when I see your eyes shining, I think I should not say no.
Great answer.
If I can add one part to this,
Yeah.
because I have heard this story multiple times, and she's leaving out one of the most important things. Let's say the most impressive thing was that her English was not good at the time, and she had to learn the whole dictionary to pass the actual exam.
Yeah, before the exam to practice, of course.
Yeah.
She was here and in Bulgaria, I don't remember the story, told me there is only one library. Go down on the lower floor, on the lower raft. It was under the ground. There is one orange book, Oxford.
Oxford Dictionary.
No, not dictionary. No. He's wrong. This is Oxford Dentistry. And still, they put in the shelves. Nobody move it because everybody hears her because of this book.
Yeah. So it was a dictionary for
It's
dentists, was it?
Not English to learn. This is not dictionary.
Yeah.
This is dentistry book. Look
Uh-huh.
at this. It is all specialties, everything with small letter. Is very nice book. Like all education you pass are inside.
Wow. And you just read it.
And I hired one guy. I said, what you'll do in the summer? Because he was in the English school. He said, nothing. I said, let's make some money. I went home, closed the clinic. I said that I'm out of the city. 1 month didn't go out because they see me in the city. I have to go to treat their teeth. And every day we're reading this. I put some notes for the words, which I'm not sure. Do not search, no internet, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
And I passed the exam.
Wow.
Easily, yeah.
So that's the most impressive part.
Great story. And what next? What happened
Next,
next?
I started to come with this clinic, to work with this clinic. I was not satisfied because it was not operated properly, very wrong treatment, very bad things happened there. From the previous dentists, they called me to the court to go to... for the previous people working there, they have some procedure. Dentists to go, I was only the one. And then I said it will not come. Then I saw this opportunity for CME. And
This advertisement, what exactly was said there? Like, what was written there? So
Well-
the CME
It will be required.
They
Not.
wanted to open in Dubai, and they were looking for like a person who will handle it. Or?
No. They just announce that the dental need education, and that's why, and medical, and they'll go through this requirement to have certain education hours during the year to continue your license, which continue up to now. It is the Australian policy come here first.
But it was a government announcement from the authorities,
Abu Dhabi.
Right.
Abu Dhabi.
So and you
Health Authority, they took Australian, this curriculum, I don't know how they call, and to educate the dentists continue education.
And you thought this might be a good opportunity because if everybody will need it, right?
Yeah.
You need to start something to deliver.
I didn't think in this way. I thought that it is interesting to me to go to the education and to deliver my knowledge and to new technology and European technologies to come here.
And you like open your office, or you just started to...
Yeah, you should not go without office. Again,
business plan.
By coincidence, had a friend, she was in Internet City, and she told me, why you don't open in free zone? No local partner. And in Knowledge Village this time I opened the office, and this is how it started.
Wow, that's a very interesting story. I wasn't expecting it be like this. And interesting part here is, so as I understood, since it was authority like pushing the market to be more improved and higher, market wasn't ready at that moment, or it was ready. So you felt like you're risking something, or you felt, oh, okay, everybody is waiting for me. Like, you know, the difference. So when market is ready and when market is, you need to educate the market to be educated.
I don't think too much.
You just do it.
It's not my strength.
You just do it.
No, I feel
Feeling,
it. Yeah, I feel that
intuition.
This will go. I didn't think, they require CME. I even didn't know Health Authority Abu Dhabi and these people. I didn't know them. I said, okay, I'll go. And I started with Knowledge Village. If I went to Dubai with partner local, I'll be lost. But the idea to go to this international place in Knowledge Village, the name itself gives responsibility to do so.
To deliver knowledge.
Yeah. And that is the story. And we started with small things, small courses. And then the other part is I have one speaker which I know from before, the director of Master Dental Technician School, Munich. I called him. I said, do you want to come and to make a training for dental technicians? And he said, oh, Dobrina, why not? To come to Dubai. He came. And I found one dental technician who studied in Germany and also translated in Bulgarian, in English. And this was our first course. And after the course, we had breakfast in Jumeirah Beach Hotel on the terrace. And he said, Dobrina, make CAPP conference. I said, I don't know, I'm periodontal surgeon. Make CAPP conference.
So he felt that something is missing there, and you need
No. It is the new coming in the world. CAD/CAM technology is coming because he's signing all materials in dentistry which go to the market, and he's very advanced person, very old.
In
also.
Germany.
In Germany.
Yeah.
And he was the speaker of this.
And he gave you this idea.
And he said, make CAD/CAM. I said, oh. I asked my husband, I said, what is this CAD/CAM? He said, go to my factory and you'll see.
CAD/CAM technology in dentistry originated in the late 1970s. However, it was only in the 2000s that CAD/CAM saw mass adoption, driven by major advances in computing power, software performance, and digital manufacturing, turning it into a practical tool for everyday clinical and laboratory use.
Because Germany at the time was the epicenter for this kind of technology and
Very
CAD/CAM. And
No, here was very back behind the Europe, the country and technologies. And this is how I make, he gave me the 4 companies which are working. I call the people. there was one old guy from Daegu Dent Company, she's with another name, now don't mention, and he said on the telephone, Dr. Mollova, did you ever make conference? Silence, yes.
Of course.
When he finished, he was 60 when he left I said, I have to share something with you because I lie one day on you.
Fake it until you make it, right?
I lie on it until you did it. And this is how I started with 4 companies, make this conference. It was very excited. We called to the president in Saudi, on the people, and everything happened by coincidence. Wow. So even the database of so many dentists in Saudi, we found by coincidence in one lady in here. And the president of the association said, oh, Dr. Mollova, I will not come tomorrow. And what is this conference? Then she called me 12 in the evening. Dr. Mollova, the president of the association is coming. It is your conference. I said, I don't know another conference. There was nothing.
No conference. And how many people attended the first conference?
250. It was big achievement.
Yeah, it's a big achievement for
if
nobody knows you.
In Crown Plaza. I was looking recently the pictures show up.
Yeah.
Do you believe in coincidences? I think that
Not
that
believe,
maybe
it's my life.
The lesson comes to the student when he's ready.
Yeah.
So I think that it is coincidence. You feel it this way, but sometimes just life gives you these opportunities because you're ready to take them. And I think this is exactly your case. So, and it all started, this first 200, 250 participants in the exhibition, and the scale has started, right? How many people did you have on the team at that moment?
I have one Filipino, then another one, but before the events, I get more people. Mm-hmm. Their friends to come to the office with the telephones, part-timer. Mm-hmm. They come after the work, 6 to 12, we're calling to the people with the conferences. It's,
When you feel that it is really scaling and you need to change some approach, you need not just part-time people and you need some more full-time, reliable people get involved. Was it already when Tzvetan came in or earlier?
Yeah. This come later.
Yeah. You had Laura first. Laura was working with you.
I had first one British person, then her sister, the sister after. It's I never suffer from for people. They have a passion working with me.
Wow.
My office was like this, even
smaller. Half of this.
With the big tables, and we're sitting on the table, over the table.
Yeah.
Co-working.
In Knowledge Village. But it was part of a bigger business hub, so you could at least go out, grab a coffee, see people. But in reality, it was probably 3 by 3, the size of your booth at our last conference.
But with the glass corridor with glass, you can see people moving. Oh. This place was expensive. I didn't have a partner, local, but the atmosphere gives you the energy to do the business. It's something new. It's not office in some building. You're with the people surrounding with the similar business. You can see them through the glasses, how we're working, walking, and do all these things. Mm-hmm. It's so everything has his part of the developing of CAPP. Many things, small things, big things, people, human beings, and.
But you weren't feel isolated because of this place, because there were other companies and
no, we're not isolated.
Mm-hmm. You felt
yeah,
like
you feel
in the right environment.
Yes, you feel that you have to. It's not alone somewhere. You have to move.
Great.
Yeah.
And even dentists used to come and visit us. It was a pleasant place to visit. Mm-hmm. And
it is modern.
Yeah, nearby you have a lot of universities, Middlesex University. It was a knowledge hub. It probably still is a knowledge village.
Still is, yeah. Because I'm living now close to this place. It's a lot, very active place.
Yeah. Wow, amazing. I need to go there to check it, also to feel this atmosphere.
Yes.
But Tzvetan, a few words about you. That I learned from your LinkedIn profile that you had totally different. It wasn't in dentistry, like totally different career
Yeah.
going on there.
Yeah.
You were in Europe, right?
Right.
And like
He was
what?
student.
Yeah, you're a student, and then you
Yeah.
started working somewhere. It wasn't dentistry.
Yeah.
You were in dentist. And how did it happen that you came also to Dubai?
Yeah. Well,
What did Dr. Mollova do
Yeah.
to convince you to do that?
Love.
love. So
She'll not
it's
show,
a
but tell
difficult
her
it's a
the
difficult
same story.
question to put in perspective, and I will try to make a long story short. So I'm originally from Bulgaria, just like Dr. Mollova, born in Switzerland, but I grew up in the Netherlands. I spent 18 years there,
Wow.
and we actually studied together with Peter and Kinga, who are our colleagues
Family.
and partners, family. And we studied at the Hague University for Applied Sciences in Netherlands. And we studied business school, so we are all graduates of business and administration. And after university, I actually worked 3.5 years. And I was working, if I look back, pretty much everything what we do today, I can see a lot of similarities, even though we are in the dental industry, in the dental profession. Of course, in the terms of dentistry, it's different. But when it comes to organizing, administration, operations, selling, business development, most important, the way you are with people, contacts, and your network, I think this is what defines CAPP. What the people think of us, who knows us more than who we know, because that's at the end the most important. I think that's a big similarity. So after working in the Netherlands for 3.5 years, I still remember it was an interesting time. I had a week where one of the staff was ill at that time, and I had to take over their job. And I needed to prepare 11 subsidy proposals for the Dutch government, which were supporting Dutch pavilions to attend certain exhibitions. And out of these 11, which all of them I had to submit in Dutch, which was my second language. I would say English is probably my first language, because in Bulgaria I didn't live very long. And it was challenging, but I managed to submit these 11 subsidies within 1 week time.
Wow.
It was working 14, 17 hours a day. And eventually we received 7 approvals out of the 11. And one of them, funny enough, we were in the very niche security and IT sector. So our company used to help companies break through abroad. And we used to have members part of our organization where they would pay the company to help them market their products across the borders. And that's why we had to write these subsidies. And one of these subsidies we received was for Millipol, Qatar. Funny enough, for one reason or another, which I can't remember anymore, the application for Millipol, Qatar was supposed to be for the year after. But it turns out that the year after, the show happens every 2 years. So we got the date wrong. So when we received this approval, the government said, okay, we've already given you the grant. What can we do? Let's find the closest exhibition possible, which was Dubai. And the Dubai exhibition was Intersec, which is the security show.
It's still happening.
It's still happening. Actually, it's happening last week, or I think even today it's happening. And I started looking, okay, we have to organize this exhibition. We had around 18 companies that had signed up on the Dutch pavilion, which we were organizing. So we were organizing the organization around the pavilion, the booths. We had to sell to the companies who want to attend, in what capacity. And then we also had to have a mission leader. And I was very, very happy and proud that we had 2 mission leaders. One of them was one of the 3 sons of the Queen of the Netherlands at the time, one of the princes of Orange.
Good
the second one,
network.
Well, it was, again, thanks to the company. The second one was also one of the most famous pioneers in the defense industry, which is General Dick Berlijn, who was also our advisor. So those 2 prominent figures were one of the main reasons the Dutch companies wanted to attend, because they knew by attending such an event, they would be able to benefit from a large network, and companies would actually take them serious. So then we came here, and I remember having to set up important meetings for the companies. And because I was very close with Peter, Dr. Mollova's son, and our partner now, I said to him, do you know anybody in Dubai? And he said, oh, by chance, Dr. Mollova, my mother, works there. Why don't you give her a ring? I'm sure she knows people here and there to put you in touch. That's how I remember it. And then I spoke to Dr. Mollova. It was during Christmas time, yes. And I spoke to Dr. Mollova. And indeed, she knew somebody, of course, in the security industry, a close friend of hers and ours now, still to this day. I even spoke to him this morning, funny enough. And he was very interested to hear, where we're coming from, what we have. And he promised to organize a couple of meetings for us with important people like the police, the government, the defense, etc. And then I'll let Dr. Mollova say her side of the story, because I've heard, her version. And then I came out, and funny enough, the person who I was communicating with, working for Intersec, the person in charge of the exhibition, is now my wife. So the first contact person the first contact person I had with Intersec was Alessia, my wife. And we met obviously through the phone calls and, business meetings. And then when we came to Dubai, the event was spectacular. We had a great show. Everybody was very happy. And the feeling which I had during that one particular week, the dynamic city, the people, the positivity, I've been all over Europe. I've been in America. I had been at the time also in Asia. I haven't had such a feeling like I had when I was here. So I really loved it. I thought this is, a place where I would love to explore and see if I can, potentially move here and live here, what many people until this day have, I'm sure. And I hear it on a daily basis, people coming here, falling in love with the place and wanting to, relocate or find new opportunities. So what happened then, I went back, I still remember it like yesterday. I was in the plane on the way back to Holland, and I was playing football at a quite high level. And I had organized my friend to pick me up from the airport and take my football bag from back home and go straight to the football field.
Wow.
So in January at the time, it was about 20 degrees like today, 25 with the sun out. And then I go straight from the airplane to the football field in the snow, -4. And I'm sitting on the bench because I hadn't trained all week. I couldn't play. I didn't get picked because I wasn't there. And I was sitting and thinking, oh my God, what am I doing here? For 18 years in this. Yes. And then I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to go to Dubai next week. So within 1 week, I came for the weekend. And of course, I wanted to see Alessia at the time.
Okay. So it wasn't business, okay.
Oh, well, yeah. So, and then we had a meeting with Dr. Mollova. And at the time, she was looking to hire somebody as well. And funny enough, one of our other colleagues, friend joined CAPP before me.
It's just a coincidence again.
Yeah, again, a coincidence.
Everything is coincidence.
And,
nothing is planned.
And then this is where a long story becomes short. I came back to the Netherlands after the weekend. And then within a month, I quit my job. I stopped playing football, which at that time I was taking very serious. It was at semi-professional level. And I even had my apartment, I had rented it out. I had it rented for another 6 months, which I still had to pay. But I said, I don't care. I'm moving to Dubai. And Dr. Mollova gave me an opportunity, to be with CAPP. And I loved it ever since. And I haven't looked back. So that's how I started with CAPP.
What year was that?
This was 2012. Yeah, wow. So 14 years ago.
Tzvetan came to the office and stay here on the corner because Alessia still doesn't want him to stay in her house.
Yeah, of course, we just met. Yeah. We just met. She's thinking, who's this crazy guy leaving his life behind to come to Dubai?
And the funny things was I was doing conferences in Iraq. And I had one blonde, beautiful British lady. And when we go to the conference, we're both blonde also. I was here and everybody ran after us and talk and everything. The man, the people. And then when she left and then he came, we have to go to continue the conferences. I'm in the airplane, he's reading all night, orto, this one. And I said, Tzvetan, now what I'll do with you? With Laura was good, she was blonde, you have everybody run after her and she entertained everybody. Now what I'll do with you? The next day I said, he's going start to talk about football in Iraq is very important. Everybody
He found his ways. He found his
Yeah.
ways.
It was so many things happening.
Yeah, it's funny. And the funniest was also,
Nothing is serious with
yeah, the most interesting was when I still remember I was sitting in the Radisson Blu here the first time I had come out. And I rang my parents there and I said, I'm planning to move to Dubai. And they're like, what? You're crazy, Dubai. Because,
How
you know,
old were you at the time?
I was 24, I think, 24, 23. And at the time, obviously, Dubai was not as now where everybody in Europe, the whole world knows it. It was still upcoming. People had just heard a little bit about it. They've seen,
Arabic
yeah,
city.
they have seen, you know, advertisements on the TV maybe a little bit, but not like now where it's everywhere. And they were just thinking, what, where are you going? And then 1.5 months later, when I already came to work here, I remember again calling my mom and I said, listen, next week we're going to Kurdistan, to Erbil, which was like a year after the war had ended. It's like, what? You're crazy. What are you doing? You know? But it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. We had good times. Yeah.
Wow, thanks for sharing. This is really, really interesting. How did it look like at 2012?
Small guy. I saw the pictures.
No, he was a small guy, but how the company looked like? So how you perceived it as a company? So it was the same office with this glass, right? Like a hub. And what was happening and how you feel that you can make impact there?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because I think the same would apply in today's world. If you see CAPP from the inside, it's interesting that such a small group of people can do such a big thing. And I was pleasantly surprised, especially when the first conference came, to see how big of an event we are actually able to organize with this small team. So it's a very lean team, but like Dr. Mollova said, we have a lot of supporters, a lot of partners that believe in education and believe in supporting each other, especially in the dental community here in the region. And I think we wouldn't be successful without all of them. So to answer your question, I was surprised how a small company at the time like that can make such big events.
Yeah.
This was about the participants. It was the curiosity. They was curious. What is this?
Something new. Something new is happening, and they just
they were curious, and that's why they came.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Especially if there were not many events at that moment, and they.
EDEC.
It was not like not something like every week
No.
something is happening,
like
right?
now.
No, only the two, the EDEC and the exhibition,
Yeah.
and this company. There was not another.
You know, for my perception, for CAPP audience, like we are participating as exhibitors, right? Why I like CAPP conferences more than others? I would not name anyone else, but because the audience is curious and the audience is eager to learn something.
Talk to the people. Our exhibition, our conference, and everything what we are doing, make the people feel family, part of the family. 90% of the people been in our events, they feel a family. They stop me, how are you? I don't know them. They stop me, talk about the family, so many. Talking to Tzvetan, to Peter, to Kinga, to Katie, all the registration. They know us, and it is like a family celebration, something like this. It's that.
So you brought that family vibe from your company to everything you're
Absolutely.
doing.
Yeah.
When they
This
come,
is amazing.
they come even in the office, and they feel at home. They come, they're sitting. This is their home.
And here I have a question about the family, okay? Doing business with the family can be tricky sometimes. So from one point of view, you can trust these people, you know them,
Yeah,
like
of
they will
course.
not betray you. But from the other side, you need to give them feedback. Sometimes maybe, I don't know, you need to question, are they good fit or not? But they're your relatives. Like,
No,
how
ask them
do-
if they're fit.
Or, for example, you are doing some family celebrations, and do you have some kind of rules, like not to talk about business, on the I don't know, on the some celebrations or between family sitting by the table, or how you manage this? Because I know this is not a simple thing to do.
I keep the border. And like now we have big celebration in Poland, in the relatives of my daughter-in-law. We never talk about business. We never open even our mouth about the business, even don't think to talk about business. So,
But when you're sitting with those with whom you're doing business,
with Tzvetan, he's
Tzvetan,
more
with
open. We
Peter,
can.
with
No,
Kinga.
Tzvetan is more open. Even when we have private, we can talk about business. But with Peter, Kinga, it's forbidden. No business.
I want to add on that I think like any marriage, if you have a good quality of forgetting fast, you will manage, you know. So by forgiving and forgetting fast, I think that's the only way you can work together. Because obviously if you have an argument, like everybody does, especially when you see each other all the time, it's normal that you're going to have arguments or disagreements, or maybe, you know, you're upset or you've had enough of certain things. But if you can forget and go past it quickly, I think that's the most important.
This is a very good tip. Very good
But
tip.
Peter is very organized. When he come to the office, he really put all this financing and everything in order.
Very structured.
Yeah.
Structured, because he's coming from such kind of company in Holland. He was
Corporate,
working
yeah.
also. And now, sometimes I don't like this because make me the restrictions.
Yeah.
But
She needs
we
it.
need it.
We need it, yeah.
We need it a
Because
lot.
you're
Of course.
growing, and
He
there should be an order.
He found his place and he's helped us a lot, because somebody really has to slap us time by time.
Yeah, because in any company you need to have different schools of thought, different characters, most important, so that you can fulfill each other and also make the company stronger. So actually Kinga, Peter's wife, Dr. Mollova's daughter-in-law, she actually joined us first back in 2013, 2014. She was helping us a lot with graphics design, with marketing, and we liked working with her. And then she joined us full-time.
Because they closed companies Holland.
From distance from the Netherlands. And then it took us a few years to persuade Peter to come out as well. But eventually I think Kinga helped a lot in bringing him out here to join us. But we managed to convince him, thanks to Kinga primarily. And he joined in 2015, end of 2015, beginning of 2016. And immediately we started with many new projects. That's the start of the restorative and aesthetic, the implant programs, the certificate and diploma programs. And that was how the family kind of got together.
Yeah.
And how you divide these responsibilities? Because you're managing director. Yeah,
It's a big mess. Don't
and
ask.
you're executive
President and
director.
CEO.
And okay, who's doing what now?
Yeah.
Like who's?
I think we've all learned
don't
what our strengths are. I think that from an admin perspective and from an organizational perspective, that's Peter's strength. I think from a business development, from a networking strength, I think that's myself. And Dr. Mollova is a bit of everything.
About
And
crazy
most
things.
important
Yeah,
is,
I
of
know
course,
it, I know it.
the most important, of course, is the dental part, because she's a dentist, a periodontal surgeon at the end of the day.
expertise.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of the main structure and skeleton of the organization.
But I think, Dr. Mollova, you are the visionary here, because
The brains.
sometimes you're talking about some like really crazy, but very from the good point of view, crazy ideas, which are bringing. I am sure that sometimes you are not happy with it. Okay,
Yeah.
you
Especially Peter.
like, oh my God, Dr. Mollova again, like created something maybe, but then it might work.
Let me put something into perspective here. It's interesting you mentioned this, because when I read Steve Jobs' book, where the biography of Steve Jobs, and I was reading it, and there's so many references where it looks like it's Dr. Mollova. Just the way that he talked to the people, the way that he had these ideas. And like you mentioned earlier, how did you know that there was going to be an interest for CME? Obviously she didn't, but she felt that there would be. Just like Steve Jobs said, people don't know what they want until they see it, right? Before the iPhone, nobody knew they wanted an iPhone until you saw it and you thought, wow, that's something interesting that I want to have. And that's a little bit a reference. So I always joke with her that she's the female version of Steve Jobs in dentistry.
We will call this
It is
podcast.
not normal what I say now. The people don't believe. But I have feelings which come to me, and if I do, I never felt.
Wow.
It's happened 3, 4 in the morning. I woke up, I said, let's make something on the exhibition to happen, more people to come, to train the people, what to do. This is the night. I said, round table presentation. This doesn't exist in the world. Still we're doing. I dreamt about this. Many of the things I dreamt 3, 4 in the morning. I woke up, I said, I'll go this one.
Wow, this is
It's not for
impressive.
publication because it's not normal, but it's not
Why is
accepted
it
or
not
the word.
normal? It's
but-
working, then it's normal.
Yeah, but
Yeah. But going back to another point that you raised about the fact that everybody feels like they are dealing with a family, I think this is very important. And one of the main reasons why CAPP is successful is because the people trust us. The companies trust us, the dentists trust us. When they deal with us, they know that we are responsible people and that we will do what we promise. Because there's too many companies still out there that they have employees. Maybe the employees are not happy. Maybe they don't feel as bonded to the company as they should. So for them, it's just a 9-to-5 job. Whereas for us, we enjoy what we do, first and foremost. And at the end of the day, you have the end goal is for a better patient care. So by educating dentists, by bringing them this know-how, you're helping indirectly a patient have a better life. So
There's
it's
a
fulfilled.
mission in it.
Exactly. The job is fulfilled. And the companies recognize this, maybe directly, maybe some indirectly, like you said. And I think that's one of the reasons why people really like to work with us and continue to work with us. And they enjoy it. They enjoy seeing us or talking with us. Also, we try to help to see things from their perspective. We try to help them and put ourselves in their shoes. Because if we don't understand what they want, we can't help them the proper way. And we want them to come back to work with us next year. That's why it's important.
But also the staff. Staff doesn't go out from our company. They feel family. Whatever they need,
They
we help
stay.
immediately. They stay. We make the parties, celebration, New Year parties.
It's a family. It's normal. It's
now,
family.
now it's coming ladies party.
Yeah.
They said when we'll make ladies party, we dump the boys.
The staff, sometimes they like the Greek wedding. The Greek wedding when everyone is shouting, throwing the plates on the floor. We don't throw plates on the
But
floor.
you have a special place for that already.
Yeah.
so
No,
many
they're
stories.
used to our passion, and I think they recognize that we are very, very committed to the work we do.
But
Yeah.
many of the things never exist in the world, which are doing many of these.
This is what's amazing about the company, about your vision, because every time we meet on the exhibition or somewhere else or at your office, you already come to me with some ideas, and like something is happening all the time. It never stops. The brain never sleeps.
Yeah.
And so you're so creative. That's why it's very inspiring for me, and it's interesting for me how you convince your family members to do something when, for example, they think that this is crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're not doing it because it's too much. It's too much, for example. But you see that it will work, and as you just told that you already have this experience that if you have these ideas during the night or in the morning, you never fail because they are good ideas. They already.
But at the
This is
same
normal.
time,
This is normal to have
at the
arguments.
same time, it's easy or easier to have an idea. It's more difficult to have an idea and actually put it into practice, because everybody has ideas. But to actually
Execution.
execute and to do it properly, this is the bigger challenge.
Yes.
But we didn't have ideas which didn't go to the market.
Because
Only for
because you have both. You have
Only for
ideas
this
and
conference
execution.
this year. We
Yeah.
have arguments.
Because you have ideas, creativity, and execution, both parts. I think that's why it works
And no,
sometimes.
people like me should not be controlled because you lost your power.
Yeah, you feel like CAPP is a safe place for your creative ideas, right?
Yeah.
I am. I put some of them outside.
Some of them.
If they're not accepted, I
I
put
hear
outside.
you. Only some of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But so the CAPP is already 20 years
20.
on the market.
21 this year.
21, yes, this year. And of course, I couldn't believe that all the time it was easy and like you're saying, very fluffy and pink, and like a celebration all the time. Of course, there were hiccups, right?
Far from it, yes.
Okay, let's talk about the challenges that you've been to. I can imagine that it might be COVID, but maybe maybe some financial crisis or some local histories that...
I can tell you about COVID.
Okay.
I was in Bulgaria. COVID closed on 1st of January or
Yeah.
February. We have meeting. Peter said, let's make one online conference. And we prepare like this because all speakers free, everything, the company agree. And people for 1 month or less, we organized conference online for
we
the
were
first
one of
time.
the
People
first.
paid for it. The people paid
At
for
the
it.
time, we thought, let's try and get people to pay, doctors to pay. And we had a very nominal fee. It was 200 dirham for a full day conference. And we had quite a good number of registrations, but nothing compared to when we opened it for free. Because later that year, in November,
60,000.
we had, over
50,000.
8 days. So what we decided to do, we thought, okay, we need to continue our 2 conferences. So before COVID, we used to run 2 major conferences per year. One of them was in May, the CAPP Digital Conference. Second one was dental facial cosmetics. And we had to combine these 2 and keep the brand going. And during COVID, we decided, okay, we have to make them online. So what we did in November, the second weekend of November, we did back-to-back a 4-day CAPP Digital Dentistry Congress from 9 in the morning until 9 in the evening online on Zoom to cover multiple time zones in the world. 1 week later, the third weekend of November, from Thursday to Sunday, another 4 days of the dental facial conference. And during those 8 days, we had over 60,000 unique registrations from all over the world. Any country that you can come up with, probably we had somebody from there. Of course, the majority was our base, which is the Middle East, Asia, and Europe. But this was just eye-opening. And I still remember speakers coming online and they're like, are there really 7,000 people online right now? Can you imagine a room with 7,000 people? You know, it was unbelievable. And the chat messages non-stop. All the time.
Everybody
it
active,
was
chatting all the time.
People were bored. People wanted to network, but it was forbidden. And of course, they tried to find some ways to communicate.
Still it's working. We are doing good.
And since we continue this trend, of course, but it was challenging in the sense that you had big organization. People think online it's easy. It's not. Especially when you're dealing with. We had 10 lectures a day. 40 over one conference, 80 over 2 conferences. So 80 speakers you had to manage in different time zones, different timings. Different people. And funny enough, in the last 6 years, we all rely on the internet. But funny enough, the only problem we had with a speaker was in Germany, out of all places in the world, where the electricity cut in Germany, out of all places. And we found a very reliable platform, Zoom at the time, where we managed to run really, really effortlessly conferences with good connections.
We don't have any obstacles. COVID, whatever, we're doing.
But you're changing because you're flexible.
Yes.
This is the because if you would try to do the same, it would not work. You're changing. And this is exactly what we're talking here on this podcast about the change and ability to change.
Yeah, pivoting.
Flexibility.
Also, we are not money-oriented company. If it's like our competitors, they'll say, oh, it's not money, why we have to make it? We make everything with passion.
And money comes.
And we're entertaining. We're entertaining every day, every minute. What we're doing. So
maybe you're in entertainment business, not so educational.
No, but you said it right. When you're doing something correctly and you have the passion, eventually the fruit will grow. So we're thinking more long term, and that's what happened during COVID. Exactly.
Yeah, but also people, our customers feel our passion, and when they come, oh, this one, I don't know how. You cannot see normal people sitting, watching dentistry. It is a crazy, even to the conference. You can go outside, you see.
Yeah.
What happened with there were hands-on courses?
So that's an interesting point. So for the hands-on courses, this was the biggest challenge. So, of course, we recognize that dentistry needs practice. People need to feel. And during COVID in June 2020, 2020, we ran the first week
Online.
of online hands-on hybrid courses. And we had
Wow, is that-
several courses where it was basically the speaker having a 4-hour lecture and then a 4-hour demonstration, full day. Of course, very tiring for the doctors having to watch without practice. We did have several courses where we would even send materials to the doctors to practice in their clinic. This wasn't
The company.
too interesting because everybody was, tired of sitting in front of the laptop. So what we came up with was to run hybrid courses in the sense that we would have a speaker fly in. So we had to really rely, thank goodness we were living in Dubai at the time, which was one of the first places to open up in the world. And we were able to fly out some of our top speakers who came to Dubai. And we had a room full of doctors and everybody wearing masks, of course, full kitted.
Social distance.
Yes, and we had multiple devices, cameras going around, filming, and the speaker who was in the room was transmitting through Zoom for multiple hundreds of doctors listening in around the world, joining and watching what's happening. And the feedback was, this was an amazing experience because I actually got to see face to face what the instructor is telling the actual participant, how they're working from close, over the shoulder. And this was interesting in the time.
It's like in person, they feel that
Exactly.
experience.
But very challenging to organize, very challenging because you're dealing with a lot of different audio
We
systems.
didn't have
And it's
mobiles.
The technology
It's
was,
live.
technologies was not too developed.
Technology
now
was
it
not
became-
as developed, and the biggest challenge was when we had a speaker flying in, and he landed in Dubai airport at 6 in the morning. At the time, you had to do the test, the COVID test, and at 7 he got a positive response. So we had a room full of doctors. The speaker was in the hotel of our training center. And we had to come in front of we had to get in front of the people and say, doctors, today's speaker is in Dubai. He's upstairs, but he's not allowed to come down because he has to isolate in his room. So quickly we had to pivot, arrange a working station for him upstairs in the room, and get the cameras out once again. And we already had experience because we've done this, for some months now. And we had to run the entire course where the doctors are watching the TV, seeing on one TV his face, and on the other TV they can see the cameras that we're showing, and on a third TV they can see everybody, right? All the cameras.
To feel not alone.
Yes, and the speaker upstairs also needed to have a TV to see the people, the doctors. So we were then going around again, showing the work, and we had to have separate microphones for the cameraman, which was either me or Peter or Kinga, and we had to then talk to the doctor, and the doctor would then be able to talk on the microphone to the speaker. So the speaker would have a one-on-one with them. And then they would listen, and this was really an interesting experience because they felt that they have that one-on-one experience even better than being in a room where the doctor cannot attend to everyone at the same time. Here, you went one by one, station by station, to see their work. So I think this was probably the most challenging part of COVID in terms of education.
never
You
stop.
cannot scare people who worked in events, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Because they saw everything.
Oh, we have
everything
seen everything.
happened.
Yeah.
So you asked before how we understand each other, what's happened, and this craziness.
Yeah. Another.
It is crazy.
So, but another big challenge that we face as a company, even before COVID, I think now it's getting better. But as a company here in Dubai, especially as a training company, we are constantly being forced to adhere to ever-changing regulations. And we always strive to have all the permits in place, to have all the boxes checked so that if an inspection comes, we are 100% secure. And having to navigate through all the different permits and licenses, because as the country develops, they obviously change regulations fast, which is positive. The challenging part, of course, is that certain things, when you change so fast, not everything is thought of. So one prime example was one of the conferences back in 2015, 2016. A week before our conference, the hotel said, we no longer accept DED. Sorry, we no longer accept licenses of free zone companies in events. You need to have an events permit, which is by the DED, or find the company that can do that for you. So within a week, we had to open an entire new company.
It's not week, less. I was in Malaysia for conference. It was less.
Even less.
Less, 3 days something. I told Jessa, immediately go and find some office somewhere, doesn't matter, in Dubai, and to go inside. And she went, she found one person, one office, and we make for 3 days.
So you opened a company.
We had to open a company,
in Dubai.
So the positives is you can't do that anywhere else in the world.
It was 5 days before the conference.
So we managed to get this for the events permit, and at the end, the conference managed to happen. But until today, we see this, and I still find it challenging, not as much as it was, because we really, really push to adhere to these regulations. And unfortunately, many companies come here to Dubai thinking, without having a local presence, I can just book a hotel, organize a course, and I'll be compliant. And they're all wrong. They're all wrong. There's very strict regulations nowadays. In order to organize a course in Dubai, you must adhere to having NOCs from the DHA. You must have a academy which is authorized by the KHDA, and we follow this. So this
Dubai
one of the main.
Still keep the quality. And the security.
So it's hard to penetrate to this business to start it, but if you are there, you have less competitors, right? Because it's not so easy.
Definitely.
This is
definitely.
And here is the question. If just not to think just about compliance, right? I think that many companies had this in mind, right? Oh, let's start courses with CME and let's do it. Why so many failed and you are still here?
I think the biggest reason is the fact that we are doing this full time with full passion, like Dr. Mollova underlines, and trust. I think the many companies come here, especially dentists, with all respect, because we have many friends, clients, partners. It's hard to do something like this part-time while you're still in the clinic thinking about patients, and everyone thinks it's easy. It's not. It's an art on its own. Events management, it's its own industry. It's not as difficult as being a dental professional, of course, but you have to adhere to the regulations, to the guidelines, and to the business policies. There are rules also within events management.
Which is good for UAE. There are regulations, and they follow the regulations. And this push also to going up, following all these regulations, because we learn from the regulations we have to cover. We'll learn how to do better and better and better. So, also, the other reason is we're a very friendly company. We're going easy. The people know that when they come, they will deliver what they want. If not, we said, no, it's not possible because of regulation. Just find the other one. We cannot make this for you.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's like this.
Yeah.
So. Thank you. This is, I think that... the most important to understand. Yeah, you need to do it full time.
Yeah.
You need to build trust, network, and to really keep an eye on all the regulation and everything. Because in other way you just can fail at any moment, right?
Definitely.
Even 3 days before the before the event.
Yes.
We also touch a little base about technology, like during the COVID and so on. Like, what part technology play in CAPP?
Actually,
I heard a few stories from Dr. Mollova on exhibition about the CRM. I liked it very much. Like, when I needed, we delivered about the CRM system. You wanted the CRM system, and you found developer who just wrote the code. Not now when you can wipe code, but then when it was not so easy. So I can imagine that it's also crucial part of the business. But I will be happy to hear from you.
In terms of education, you mean?
In terms of your business and education, both edutech and also the business operations.
I like the new technology. Maybe since I have been born. New things always challenging me. It is our goal. Education is one part. We study in the school. But dentistry is not 5 years education. You have to study and to develop every single day, every single minute, because we have to deliver to the patient good treatment and successful and long-lasting health. Everything what's come to the market these days, it's in this way. And artificial intelligence is my favorite. I think even next conference is AI in the front. That's why I was very excited when I started the CAPP conference, because it's nice when you see your bridges coming from the machine, you put in the mouth of the patient, and that's all. No dental technician involved, no drilling, not writing, nothing.
Somebody lost their jobs because of it, you know.
I don't know up to now such kind of things. Yeah, dental technicians still exist in the laboratories.
Only flexible ones.
Maybe
Only
they have to follow the innovations.
Yeah.
It is mandatory. You cannot stay 20, 30 years back.
Of course.
I calculate today I'm 52 years in dentistry.
Wow.
It's
amazing.
I calculate this morning. Oh, really?
52 years.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
The time flying. But what was your question?
About the technologies and its role in the
Technologies
business.
are very important. This is what we're teaching the people, the new technologies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is our main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you also had a question about us as CAPP, the use of technology that helps us. So our reason to be so flexible and lenient is because we have worked very closely with our own in-house programmers to deliver for us software which works for us, and we're easily able to update it, change it whenever needed, because we're in such a flexible environment, as the stories tell from all the dynamic changes here in this city and country. So we have always learned to be flexible and not to be stuck. Like, big businesses, giants, usually tend to have huge ERP systems, CRM systems, which require a lot of setup, a lot of regulations, requirements. So we try to be flexible and be able to have it in-house. So I think that answers your question.
Mm-hmm. Some like trends. You talked about AI already, for maybe like some assisted work, for dentistry. Of course, in dentistry, when we're talking about tech, it's not software, right? It's so many things. It's hardware. 3D printing appeared like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. Maybe I'm not correct. But before that, the technicians needed to do all the work manually, right? This is technology. This is also it's not a trend. It's happening right now. Or now with AI, some AI smile makeups, right? Or some assisting in surgery even. There are a few startups.
Robots.
So what trends do you see that will be soon here? So people need to pay attention to it, like dentists first. And the second question was for your business, like you told a story about the cameras and how you were doing things. It also wouldn't be possible without technology. Right?
These technologies are here already, and they entered the market very slow before, but now I think everybody understood that this has to run
to stay at the place.
And especially in the medicine, it is a big developing. Robot surgery. Now I was in one conference and one dentist from UK. He is from Middle East, but from UK, professor. He's doing very difficult surgeries, implantology with robot.
Already doing.
Only robot.
On people, right?
Yeah. The patient is there. There is very new thing which I didn't know up to now. This is the navigation. So it is the most difficult part of the work before the robot to come. You make the navigation again on the computer's work. You put the navigations where you have to be positioning not the implants, which is interesting, for example, but navigation from the place you can put the robot to go to the place. Very interesting lecture. I have to invite him here. I haven't seen such kind of presentation. Very nice.
Can't wait.
So
Whether you want to add
in
something.
dentistry, the trends are obviously we rely a lot on the main manufacturers who manufacture the latest software. So I don't want to say it just because we're here, but of course Remedico is one of them.
Thank you.
And you have a super interesting product that many dentists, whenever they see it, they fall in love with it or they want to learn more about it. So I think in the aspect of dentistry, we really depend on what is out there. When you say trends, okay, what is a trend? It's something that everybody is using. In that sense, I don't think there's that many trends yet because the technology is so new. Not everybody is starting to use it in the sense of the word that it's a trend. For example, not everyone is yet using Remedico. I'm sure they will. So when you look at that, there's a lot of interesting products that look like they'll become trends, especially like with AI now being so much the buzzword around everybody, around every industry. And then in the educational aspect, there's many new systems coming out. We've been looking now at a couple of phantom head systems which include AI, the way you sit, the way your posture is, everything digitized,
Yeah,
the way
avatars.
exactly avatars, the way you're preparing, the way your work is done, and all of this can be directly shown on a screen to the smallest millimeter of what you have done wrong or correct. So there's a lot of things that look like they will become a trend, but when you have to ask directly what we see in trends at the minute in dentistry, there's not that much new changed yet.
I'm negotiating now with the young guys that I am ready to put this in our training center, but I don't know how to introduce to them.
That's why we can't say too much on this.
They'll say,
Okay, this is secret
no,
speaker.
because it's navigation is doing well. We are coming to these trainings soon. Yeah.
And your second question, when it comes to our daily business, how technology, what trends we see, of course, every single person constantly talks about AI. In our business, I think that the AI agents have helped a lot, for good and for bad. For good, because it gives you much more efficiency, a lot of information. For bad, because the information is not always accurate. And we have to be very careful where and when to trust, the different agents. And
Double checking,
triple checking, exactly. So I think we're still yet to see the new technology take over as trends.
Okay, thank you. One last, to wrap up the last, it's not a question, it's maybe like your thoughts. What would you recommend to entrepreneurs who are starting the business or who are trying to scale it, which is even harder than to start? Some maybe advice what they should be prepared to succeed. Maybe
Sustainability.
Sustainability.
They have to be honest and consistent.
I think if there's a will, there's a way. That's the mentality you should have. Because if you really want to achieve something, if you put the right amount of effort and work, eventually it will happen. Of course, you need to be lucky as well along the way, but I think luck favors the brave.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Thank you. So many quotes today from Tzvetan. Very good quotes. You should write a book.
No, far from it. Dr. Mollova is the one that needs to write the book. Yes.
Thank you. It was amazing, and the story behind CAPP is very. You need to write the book, I think, because it's amazing. It's very interesting. It's very human.
Yeah.
And it feels with.
It's not business. It's just going on.
Yeah.
If you feel it that way, then of course you will succeed. You know, if it's just you feel it, this is my life, this is my way, and that's it. Thank you very much. You are my openers for second season.
For the new year.
Thank you very much. Nice having you here. Nice talking to you. Amazing conversation. And see you soon. That was the Next Dental podcast. And my name is Natalia. I was your host here. And please feel free to subscribe to our channel and leave any comments or thoughts, how we're doing, who you want to see as a guest. And maybe you have some questions to our current guests. And see you soon in the next podcast. And I want to remind everyone that Next Dental is supported by Remedico the dental EMR software, which is the most innovative on the market at the moment. And we're adding new features every month. And please feel free to learn more and book a demo.
Want to use AI in your clinic? Try Remedico EMR, sponsor of this episode. They are pioneering AI for dental clinics. Go to remedico.app and request a free demo now. Remedico, software for modern dental clinics powered by AI. Hey, and don't miss next episode. Search Next Dental one word, no spaces on all major podcast platforms, and click subscribe.